This is the strategy that Elon Musk used to blow up Tesla, and you can use it too if you want to grow your online coaching business. Even if you don't like the guy, you gotta admit that he's pretty good at business if he's the richest guy in the world. It's also very counterintuitive of what most people will tell you and what most people think, but if you want the results and the lifestyle of most people, then you copy what they do. But if you want the lifestyle of the 1%, don't you think you should mimic what they do? Our natural instinct when we start a new business, what we assume we're supposed to do is we create a low price product so that more people can afford us, more people can buy from us, and then as we get more experience, we start creating products or services that are more expensive. And then we go more expensive. The problem here is that when you start out in a business, you don't have any money to put towards advertisement and you don't have any attention because you haven't built any of that yet. And nobody knows who you are. So if you want a large volume of people to buy from you, how do you make that happen if you don't have money or attention? You need more yeses on a lower product than if you had a higher product. So how do you get more yeses if you don't have that leverage, that attention yet? Even if you got a yes, it doesn't move the needle much if you only make like 50 bucks, right? Whereas if you had something that was 5 grand and you got one, that's gonna make a bigger impact in your business and your life. What happens is most people have a lower product and you can't make it profitable. It takes too much energy, it takes too much time, and they don't have enough time in the day to reach out to enough people to actually make enough to quit their job. And so they end up quitting. That's what happens is when you start out with a lower price product. What Elon Musk did was he took this and he flipped it on its head and he did the reverse of what everybody else did. He started off Tesla by creating the concept of a higher tier car, the Roadster. It was started out as, I think it was 250K. Most people cannot afford 250K. But he knew that. He went in knowing that it wasn't going to be for everybody. It was targeted towards a smaller population of people that made more money than most people did. Even though it was a smaller pool of people, he was able to sell something that was more expensive, meaning that he could collect money faster. So what he did was he sold the Roadster, and then he created the mid-tier, which is what you know as the Model S and the Model X. It's still like 100 grand, still only higher earners can afford that. But that's what he did. He slowly expanded. So he went narrow by going after the 1%, then after the 10%, and then now he created a product that appealed to the mass, which is about 30, 50 grand. And that's what you know and see on the road constantly now. That is the Model 3 and the Model Y. So what I'm saying is you can do this too if you're starting out and you don't have a lot of money and you don't have a lot of attention yet. What you should focus on is creating a product that is more valuable and that you can charge more for, because then you need less yeses. If you wanted to hit 10 grand a month and you had a low ticket product, let's say it's $100, you would need 100 people to say yes to you. How many people need to see what you offer before you get 100 people to say yes to you? If you had a $5,000 product and you wanted to hit 10 grand, how many yeses do you need? 2. 2 is much easier than 100 when you're starting out and you don't have any money and you don't have any attention. Because you only have to have a deep conversation with 2 people to show them the value, to get them to say yes, and then guess what? You only have to focus on 2 people to get the results for them versus trying to balance getting 100 people results when you are only 1 person. You do, however, need more skills if you start out in high than you do in low. You have to learn how to sell, you have to learn how to market, you have to learn these skills. But the best thing is, like, you have to develop these skills if you're gonna be a business owner anyways. And this is the best way to develop those skills, is know how to talk to people and sell them a higher price item. Because if you know you can sell someone at a higher price item, you know you can sell them at a lower price one. And so this develops more skill that you're going to need anyways. And if you have this skill set and you make this money, that's where you can start expanding to your market. So let's just say you only help guitarists and you help them with something very specific. You help them solo better so that they can land lead guitar roles in their bands and they can go on tour, all that stuff. That's very specific, and there's a smaller pool of people that'll do that, but that small pool of people who are really want that outcome and really want to join a band are gonna pay more money than if you just teach somebody guitar. So you can take that money and you can start expanding to the mid-tier, and you can start expanding to the general public and sell a course that's like $50. But you can't afford to be profitable selling a $50 product if you have to spend a bunch of money on ads because you don't have any attention. Also, if you have to give somebody more value, meaning you have to help them through more problems, you'll start to learn which problems you like solving for people and which problems you don't like. So as you go down and you expand to the general public, you can start removing things that you don't want to teach, and you can solve smaller problems at a smaller price. Then you'll actually understand what you want to help people with, and then your business is a lot easier and you know what you want to offer people. If you got 2 yeses at 5K, that's 10K. If you got 4 yeses, it's still a reasonable amount of people to deal with, and you get 20K. And if you had that money, you can start expanding and selling something for like $500. Then if you start making money from there, you can start expanding and selling something for like $10. But if you start selling something for $10, it's gonna be really hard to be profitable because you don't have enough people to buy from you. And then you're gonna get burnt out, and then you're gonna quit, and then you're gonna stay stuck at your job. If you wanna move the needle faster, it's just very obvious that you have to sell something more expensive. But the great thing is, in the beginning, you can do that because you have more time to focus on fewer people. Then you can start building a team, and then you can start making lower ticket products. But starting here just doesn't make any logical sense when it comes to business. It's just what we think we're supposed to do. But if we knew what we were supposed to do, we'd already be making a lot of money. So this is kind of the place to start, and just take it from Tesla. This is a prime example that this works, and I've seen this work over and over, and this is what I do. I focus on high ticket first, and then I start expanding. If you're confused on how you can package something that is more expensive and get people to actually buy from you, I'm gonna leave a training down below so that you can watch, and it tells you exactly how to create a business model around selling high ticket coaching packages. And if you want direct help from me, you can book a phone call also. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please hit subscribe and share this with somebody you think would benefit from this, and I will see you in the next video.